week. It's Thursday, July 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. We ask you to weigh in live in the comment section on today's public opinion. So, inching closer to the time where probably might be so, we will hear an announcement to come. But until then, we are in an election campaign, and both parties have been at several political meetings, and we've heard some comments coming out of those political meetings. One such is from the Southwest St. Elizabeth caretaker, the People's National Party, Dr. Miranda Wellington. She made some comments recently.
Farmers are out of work. Nobody can produce. You can't buy fertilizer. You can't buy seed. You can't buy water. So how you gonna farm?
If I war, don't want make it start. If somebody not dead for me.
This is not going to be an easy victory, but I want you to know that we're prepared for war. And if a war, march we are march, 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 march we are march.
That was Dr. Miranda Wellington, caretaker, PNP caretaker for Southwest St. Elizabeth, but also Southwest St. Catherine Member of Parliament. Everald Warmington came under fire where he had to issue an apology. Yeah, since this week he had to issue an apology for comments he made concerning voting when he was urging voters in Westmoreland to vote. Lock them eye and vote. So, in public opinion this evening, we're asking, should party leaders sanction candidates who incite violence on the political platform? That's the public opinion question we're asking. And as I tell you, the campaign season is heating up. It's like you're gassing up, yeah, and gearing up for the day. So, to the question, should party leaders sanction candidates who incite violence on the political platform? Turning our attention to the Instagram platform where Robert Gregory Lewis is saying yes, and let we have stability on the campaign stage. Restoring UCG believes yes, also there is a strong correlation between the head preaching violence and the bottom of the stream following suit. We currently live in a society where politicians have a significant amount of influence. Their tone of voice and messaging can easily sway people's opinions and actions. Let me see. Shaw is saying those who incite violence should be jailed. Willie Ryan Wilson is saying absolutely, and the party leaders themselves should lead by example. Let's bring back order in politics. Yeah? iBossy is saying yes, but when you have a party leader who told his supporters to step up, get busy, party leaders with no morals, iBossy is saying, yeah, and they're following in their footsteps. All right, on X, Griot is saying absolutely should be sanctioned. They should be sanctioned and investigated, says Benny A., investigated by the JCF. Voice of Truth believes that they should be sanctioned. Also, Anthony McIntyre says, yes, I think they should. Things like that shouldn't be tolerated. Terrence J. also saying absolutely. To the question, should party leaders sanction candidates who incite violence on the political platform? Turning our attention to our Facebook platform, where Carlington Bartley is saying the difficulty we now face with is that PNP have leaders who never aspired to lead. Okay, the tail is wagging the dog. Neil Walters is saying if they do, so then there wouldn't be any. Okay. Becca Grant is saying, most definitely, I born in 1983, didn't experience the 1979-1980 general election, but I read and was told so much about that election, okay, and I'm afraid of what some political candidates are insinuating to their supporters. Elorita Mitchell says, yes, not only saying words that incite violence, but telling blatant lies and spreading misinformation. The ombudsman, the political ombudsman, should ban persons speaking on the political platforms during campaign period. Prince Wellington saying, yes, but can they? It is noticeable that the reaction takes a day to surface when it should be immediately, but the accused might have secrets. Okay, whoops. Maxine Soleil saying, most definitely all political parties must be brought to bear demonstratively that the luxury of freedom of expression speech comes with responsibility. Indeed. Audley Nain saying, yes, I think that anyone who utter violence on the campaign should be removed instantly, whether JLP or PNP. I haven't seen the opposition leader come out and reprimand any of these candidates. Anthony Sheikh saying, yes, but the PNP is doubling down on these comments. Campbell Albert saying, yes, I think so, especially when it encourages physical violence. Bever Baker saying, yes, also. Winston, indeed, they should not only do that, they should also be sanctioned. Natalie Winter is saying it's on the offense and situation. It depends, rather. It depends on the offense and the situation. Yeah. Willie, let me see. Philip Jackson saying, yes, they should set the tone and tenor. Muffet saying they should know better and lead by example. Audley Philip, there ought to be strict guidelines as to what is allowable and what is not, and violators should be sanctioned. In politics, though, as we very well know, certain tongues are difficult to tame, but party leaders must stop and call aside violators who break party guidelines. Yeah. Should party leaders sanction candidates who incite violence on the political platform? Let's hear what our YouTubers have to say about this one. And I beg of you, be respectful. Yeah. Violence and disrespect should be sanctioned. I totally agree, Hilton. Devon White, I see your comment to say that Warmington's comment was not inciting violence. Yes, but it was. Yeah, it was also inappropriate. Judging by the apology that was given, they recognized that there was a wrong. Yeah, he was in the wrong. Let me see. Miziel Sterling is saying the woman let down other woman big time. Maybog saying hard to sanction someone when you are the instigator. A nation we need to temper our tempers. We're too hot-headed. Yeah, we're too hot-headed. Yeah. Samuel Gales says yes, but you won't get that from the PNP party. Cheryl Griffith says if the party leader himself is innocent, then yes. Let me see if I can get in some more. Let me see. Yes, coming from Jordan Kinghorn. Mercedes also saying yes. I'm not telling a lie. You know, say some people just see green and orange, like, you know, see beyond green and orange. Like, come on. Thank you guys so much for participating in Public Opinion. The business report is up next.
Public Opinion was brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Supplies Limited, Industrial Automation and Control Solutions.
Drive the most exciting new vehicles in Jamaica. Schedule your 2024 Ford Ranger pickup or Ford Everest 7-seater SUV test drive now. Call or visit KIG today.
The time by KIG is
6:34.
Visit Marshall's Pharmacy, Greater Portmore for all your prescription needs, gifts, personal care, household and stationery items. The temperature by Marshall's Pharmacy, Greater Portmore is
29 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 26 Southwest in Montego Bay. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Nationwide's Business Report. I'm Robian Williams. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin says the economy grew by 1.1% over the January to March quarter when compared to the similar period last year. This was brought on by an increase in the goods and services industry. Yeah? Let me see if I can scroll. According to Statin, yes, the information and communication industry recorded growth of 6.4%. Transportation and storage grew by 1.9%. Statin says industries under finance and insurance, as well as food service, grew by 1.2%. Public administration and defense saw growth of 1.3%, while other services grew by 1%. Hiring in the U.S. defied expectations with 147,000 jobs added in June. That's according to the latest figures. The gain was much bigger than the 110,000 analysts had predicted. The unemployment rate declined to 4.1%, down from 4.2% in May. That's according to the Labor Department. However, concerns remain around hiring in the private sector, and analysts point to a growing caution among firms, with many employers hesitant to take on new staff or replace those who leave. Job gains for April and May were also revised up by a combined total of 16,000. And finally, in the currency markets at the close of trading today, it cost 160 Jamaican dollars and 35 cents to buy $1, 221 Jamaican dollars and 86 cents to buy £1 British pound, and 118 Jamaican dollars and 51 cents to buy the Canadian dollar. That's the business report. I'm Robian Williams. Good evening.